Welcome to Films and Stuff with your hosts, Pete Mitchell and Ethan Hunt.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to a very special midweek episode of the Films and Stuff podcast. I'm Ethan. Pete, joined alongside of you. How are you today?
I am good. How are you?
So we're talking about our weekly stream or skip assignment. Are we super enthusiastic to discuss what we assigned each other, or are we just eager to get it out of the way after this week?
So I'm ready to just get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I mean, spoiler alert, I looked at our notes. It looks like a double skip.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I was very excited for your show, Once Upon a Crime. And I keep emphasizing crime.
I like the way you say it.
It's so
the best
fun.
part of the show.
But tell me about it.
So Once Upon a Crime is a Netflix series. It is kind of I don't want to say a compilation. It's a cross between two things. Japanese anime.
Okay.
And also Disney fantasy based on Red Riding Hood and Cinderella. So there seems to be, and maybe this is why you got excited, because it, kind of like combines two potentially cool things in a different way. It's not for us, first of all.
Okay.
It might be for a much younger, let's say I don't know what the terminology is, pre-teen, pre-adolescent type audience. Like, it's not for like kids like 4 or 5 years old, although I mean, it's not really vulgar or anything. It is kind of an interesting, I'll give you the storyline. Basically, Little Red Riding Hood is in the forest. She comes across Cinderella. They decide to go to a ball together. So, I mean, in a strange way, it's kind of following a typical Disney, storyline. On the way to the ball, they run over a dude, kill the dude. They proceed to the ball. At the ball, some guards find out that this guy has been killed and, go after Cinderella. Little Red Riding Hood has to be the detective and kind of solve the mystery. It's done in a very playful way, I would say. It's definitely not, like a gory, stabby, bloody thing. For me, the mood is all wrong.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is, the characters kind of speak directly to the camera a lot. Let me give a very good example. You see kind of like a witch in the forest, and the witch is kind of like chasing after Little Red Riding Hood, but then the witch is saying comments like, "Oh, look at my gown. Isn't my gown scary? Aren't you scared by my gown? And look at my staff or my stick. Like, isn't it scary? Aren't you scared by this?" It's very kind of silly. It's too playful almost, where the actors are just kind of like not breaking out of character, but they're not maintaining the character. That's a style for sure. I didn't find it worked at all here. Actors are very good. Actually, if you look at their IMDb profiles, they're all very well accomplished. It just falls flat for me. Not kind of like even in a redeeming way where I want to say, "Oh, I really feel bad giving it a skip. I wish I could, find some redeeming qualities. Maybe it's not for me, but maybe someone else could like it." I have a hard time believing really anyone could watch this and be like, "This is my favorite show. Like, I need to see another season of this," or "The creators are so incredible that they came up with this," or "I love the style." I find that it could probably be palatable maybe to some folks, but apart from just being consumable, I really would be interested to find the person who finds this to be just the most great, wonderful, entertaining show imaginable. Which again, isn't to say that there's not some creativity to go into it. If I have to give it a compliment, I would say that there is a level of, or a degree of creativity into the storyline and how they put these things together. Definitely it is attempted to have a lot of levity and, characters that are a little bit self-depreciating, don't take themselves too seriously. But at the end, it was a struggle to watch these 2 episodes. And, we try to keep an open mind. Really, we do. Immediately, probably into the first episode, I felt like this is all wrong. And by the mid of the first episode, I was like, I don't want to go on. Like, this is very, very
Right.
not for me.
Okay.
So that is Once Upon a Crime, as you say it, on Netflix. It is a big fat skip.
Boo.
Boo.
So I had A Man in Full, and again, on paper, stacked cast.
Yeah.
We had Jeff Daniels,
Diane Lane,
Diane Lane,
Lucy
Lucy Liu. And this is going to shock you. I finished it,
Not shocked.
but I gave it a skip. That's the shocking part, right? Because you would think that, hey, if you finished it, it's got to be at least a mooch, if not a must subscribe.
Tell me why.
The premise is that Jeff Daniels is an Atlanta-based real estate mogul. He is kind of like living this larger than life lifestyle, right?
Okay.
He's an NCAA football champion from, I guess, Georgia Tech or from one of the Atlanta colleges. I don't know. But he's like this hometown hero. He's built a couple of these massive properties and buildings in Atlanta. The series opens on his 60th birthday, and Celine Dion is singing.
Oh, Celine's
maybe
back.
Shania Twain. I can't remember. Maybe Shania Twain, actually. So, it's one of those guys who's just like, I'm a billionaire and this is my life of excess and I'm your local hometown hero kind of guy.
Yeah.
We find out very quickly that the reality is that this lifestyle that he's built, as with most property developers, is all built on debt. So he owes one bank $800 million. He owes another bank $400 million. And we learn that he's not a very well-liked person because, of course, his attitude is kind of like, I'm rich, I'm better than you, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the hero. Obviously, people like that tend to step on a few toes, especially of, underlings and so forth. And we learned that there's 2 people at the main bank that he banks with that are desperate to take him down.
Okay.
Why? Never clearly explained. One of them is desperate to take him down because he's genuinely believes in good corporate governance. He believes in, you shouldn't live beyond your means. If you owe the bank money, you have to get it back, that sort of thing. And the other guy seems like he's just got a personal vendetta against Jeff Daniels' character personally, going so far as to kind of like backstab him. He goes after his ex-wife to try to date her, that kind of thing. Like it's so weird. And he's one of those sniveling, whiny, like beta types who's kind of like a pushover nerd, all of that kind of thing,
What's the character's name of Jeff Daniels? Does he have a really good name?
Charlie Croker. So
okay. I was hoping it would be something a little more
yeah,
southern.
so it's just on paper, it seems like it could be an interesting story about this like real estate mogul who someone is trying to take down from within the bank and he has to overcome adversity. It almost feels like something that you would see in an episode of Suits.
Oh, really?
Right? It feels like that, where it's just like at the last minute, these guys come up with like a legal defense out of nowhere that kind of saves the day on a single sheet of A4 and saves
in an envelope
this
in their breast
billionaire.
pocket. Yeah.
It feels like that. That whole premise and setup feels like that. So I didn't understand why this was made into like this 6-episode miniseries at all.
Is this based on a book or anything?
I think it's based on a book. Hilariously enough, the whole time I felt like it was based on a play, because A lot of the dialogue seems very wooden. It seems more
Oh.
like it was set up for a stage adaptation than it was for like a dynamic Netflix TV series.
Hmm.
So that's the first problem. The B plot and the C plot make no sense to me. Like, I don't know why they're there. The B plot is about how there's this local politician mayor who's running for re-election. He wants to eliminate his political opponent, and he tells Charlie Croker that, hey, if you out this guy as a sexual predator, I'll help you get Planners Bank off of your back and you'll get to keep all your buildings. And the C plot is that Charlie Croker's secretary's husband gets sent to jail, and the legal counsel for Charlie Croker is trying to save not just Charlie Croker from the bank repossessing his properties, but also getting this guy out of jail. It's just weird, man. It didn't make any sense, and it just felt boring. It just
Huh.
didn't feel right for some reason. And I kept watching because I was waiting for that payoff at the end to be
Oh
like,
yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah.
this is going to be like
Yeah.
almost like a heist movie where they
Right,
reveal
right, right.
everything and there's like that one damning thing. And you learn that this guy who was
Where it
actually,
ties all together. Yeah.
yeah, and it just never came. It just
Oh.
never came. I always thought that, oh, this guy who's working for the bank is going to basically try to screw them over, but really he's working for him, and they were going to walk out of the Bellagio with all the bank debt cleared and all that
Oh
crap.
yeah.
But it was none of that. It was just terrible. Jeff Daniels has this ridiculously bad Southern accent because he's playing this local Atlanta boy.
Okay.
It's just awful. It doesn't fit. It doesn't make sense.
How's Diane Lane?
Diane Lane plays his ex-wife, his first wife, and she's there for, I don't know why. Lucy Liu is in there.
I
I
haven't
don't
seen
know
Diane Lane
why.
in anything in like ages.
It feels like an underuse of everyone's talents except for Jeff Daniels. And Jeff Daniels' talent is like, and you can't help but ignore it because of this ridiculous over the top accent that he puts on. It's just not good. It's just not
Hmm.
good. The payoff's not there. It's not a satisfying story.
Is this how many episodes is it?
6 episodes miniseries.
So is this going to be a season now? Like they're going to
That's
do
it.
multiple.
No, that's it. Because it's a miniseries, one and done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's very
Because
un-Netflix like, huh?
it's on Netflix like, but it's also, yeah, you're absolutely right. It seems a bit weird. And I think, honestly, I think it's because of the prestige of the actors that they did this.
Hmm.
Because Jeff Daniels is attached, Lucy Liu's attached, Diane Lane is attached. It's got a prestigious cast. But man, it just does not deliver.
Is this supposed to be like a suburban Yellowstone?
It doesn't have the sex appeal. It doesn't have the rugged man appeal. It doesn't have anything that grabs you. It doesn't have Kevin Costner's gruffness.
What was the pitch, do you think, to Netflix on this show then?
Jeff Daniels is making this miniseries based on a book. Maybe
Hmm.
the book did really well. Are you in or out?
Hmm.
This is not an expensive series. In no way does this seem like it was an expensive series.
So you're giving this a skip.
100% is a skip. It's not. And again, it's weird because I watched all 6. It just didn't pay off for me. The ending was awful. The whole thing was just, nah, I'm out.
Ugh. That's disappointing. Jeff Daniels and Diane Lane and Lucy Liu, like those are some of my favorite people.
And the problem is that Jeff Daniels did such a, I don't know if I want to say good job, but he did such a strong performance in the newsroom,
Oh yeah, but that's so
right?
old.
But the problem is you can't help but compare him against that. And this is so totally the opposite that you're just like, what am I watching here? It's a skip. It's not worth your time. It's 6 hours that you won't get back only because that payoff just never comes.
Can I mention something about Netflix though? And I think this is really very, very visible to me now. And I'll tell you what I had to start watching because I thought it was so problematic. There's not anything new on Netflix right now. There was the awful, awful movie with J-Lo. And then I was searching for something else to find. And I saw the previews for this thing. Now you said that's terrible. You made me watch Once Upon a Crime, which is awful. You tell me what else there is to watch on Netflix, and I'll tell you what I've resorted to this week.
I'm looking at the new on Netflix. There's a bunch of Korean shows.
Yeah.
And nothing else that sticks out to me as worthy of watching. Oh, Hitman just came out reasonably recently.
Interesting. It's not in the Middle East,
Oh, okay.
but I really wanted to see it. So I'll tell you, I found the Netflix offerings to be so bleak. I watched season 2 of Bridgerton.
Hey, one of our streamer skip alums.
What did we say? Can you remember what ranking we gave to it?
I think we gave it a mooch.
And we both watched it, right?
We did, yeah.
I will say this about Bridgerton, which I think is, I've noticed it. I don't know if you remember the music, but the music is like classical string music, but it's of modern songs.
Okay.
So like, for example, I was hearing the songs in the background and it was Wrecking Ball by Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
Right. And now I've taken to do this all the time. And I have to say, the songs are fantastic. I think actually that's a very, very underrated. I don't know if anyone's written about it but the songs are fantastic. It's taken me a while to be like, man, I know this melody, like, or beat or whatever it is, right? Like, I know this song. Like, Wrecking Ball took me forever. Like, I'm like, how do I know this song? Like, this is not a classical song. I know this song. And then I found it. Like, I picked it up and now I've been doing it for like most of the songs. I'm deep into season 2, and I have to say season 1, I think I see why we gave it a mooch. The first episode or 2 was kind of like introducing us to the characters. And then there was a very steamy, torrid, on again, off again affair with the dude who's like, I don't want kids. I'm like emotionally damaged. And she's like, blah, 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 blah. Season 1, I thought was a little bit moochish. Season 2, I'm actually quite compelled by, I have to say.
Okay.
But I say that by way of Netflix, I mean, was not at all compelling. I had to dig deep because I just didn't see anything good or new on Netflix.
Yeah, my Netflix watch list right now is filled with stand-up comedy specials.
Yeah.
And a couple of things we've queued up for streamer skip. In any case, so that's 2 skips for this week.
Yeah. What are our assignments for next week? Let's see if we can try to
let's knock that out.
Rehab.
Next week, you're staying on Netflix.
Am I?
Now, I put this on your list specifically to get you out of your comfort zone. Because I know this is not up your alley. It's an animated show based on a video game adaptation. So that's a double whammy. It's Dragon Age Absolution.
Dragon Age Absolution?
Yeah. So Dragon Age is this RPG made by BioWare, which is a part of Electronic Arts. It is one of the best role-playing games ever.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's one of the best.
Whoa.
The most recent game that came out was Dragon Age Inquisition. That was, I don't know, maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago. Phenomenal game. And the 4th one's about to come out, I think next year, maybe later this year. I can't remember. It's called Dragon Age Veilguard. What Netflix did was they took the IP of Dragon Age and they made an animated show out of it. And by all rights and means, it has done incredibly well. I haven't seen it yet, but it's supposed to be fantastic. And in terms of world building and stuff like that, I would say it's on par with like a Westeros / Game of Thrones kind of world.
Okay. So first of all, I think you chose the show for yourself, but you've assigned it to me, which I appreciate that you've given me something that is near and dear to your heart. I mean, you're right that it is animated video game probably not my style, but I should get out of my comfort zone. And the fact that you give it such glowing anticipated review, I think I'll look at it with an open mind.
Where I think it's going to work for you is because we like shows like Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons, and Wheel of Time.
We do.
And this world has a ton of that kind of lore. Oh, The Witcher, same thing. It's
The Witcher.
Thematically, it's in the same world.
Okay.
So that's where I think it will get you. Where it's not in your comfort zone is the animated side.
Dragon Age Absolution. Okay.
On Netflix.
On Netflix. What do you have?
I am on Paramount Plus watching a show called Lawman Bass Reeves or Bass Reeves. So I don't know anything about that. That should be interesting. Sounds like a Western.
Yeah, I didn't even know this was, I guess it is on my list. Paramount Plus. The rest of the stuff that I've got on my list sounds really actually quite good. That would be the one that I didn't anticipate, but okay, take a look at it. I mean, I had Masters of the Air, which was a solid mooch. You've been a little bit.
I'm on a losing streak at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Two other things we should think about / discuss. We are going to start watching House of the Dragon, correct?
Yeah, I saw the first episode. I have thoughts.
Okay. I will watch it and we will do that on our next episode. Also, I just want to let you know that I was surprised, nay, shocked to find out that The Boys was given an award by PETA.
What?
Judging by your tone, you had the same thought as me, which is that actually PETA would be protesting, boycotting, or something The Boys, right?
I feel like The Deep is like PETA's worst nightmare.
Apparently, The Deep was the recipient of the award because Timothy, do you remember Timothy the Squid?
Yeah.
Was mechanical and not real. So his award was the non-use of real animals on film. And also because they named the mollusk Timothy, it was a second award for the personalization of animals.
Okay.
I query two things. So actually, I have to say both those awards are warranted. I mean, the fact that they didn't use real squid and the fact they used mechanical squid, I can see that as a good award basis. Naming the mollusk Timothy, I think that's a little bit unnecessary, but fine. Two awards. I, though, query whether or not this award has been bestowed before two things. One, the whale scene where they drove the motorboat through the whale, which obviously was not a real whale, but still. And then separately, Ambrosius, who was involved in a threesome.
Yeah, I feel like this is a bittersweet victory at best, right? I feel like The Deep has molested more sea creatures than he's helped. Oh my God. Okay. Well, there's trivia I would never have gotten in a million years.
That has been my opening salvo. I will wait until our next episode when you can find equally disbelievable trivia.
That's hilarious. Okay. Just as a heads up, Shogun is a show that we should be watching.
Oh, absolutely.
The Veil is a show that you've indicated I should be watching.
I have. You have to watch it, and we can discuss that for next week.
It slipped my attention, as most Amazon Prime shows tend to do. But the second season of Outer Range dropped.
No way.
Yeah. And not just dropped like, oh, it came out this week. No, it's been almost a month.
Amazon, sometimes I really wonder what you're doing.
Honestly, who throws a shoe? Like, I'm not saying that it's going to win any, like a huge number of Emmy awards, but it's a good show, or at least it was intriguing enough that it could be an excellent sci-fi Western. And this kind of came out of nowhere. And I luckily happened upon it. So the second season of The Outer Range is out. So at some point we should watch and review that. That was also a Streamer Skip alum.
Not just an alum, it was a award-winning alum, right?
That's
we
right.
said that was a must-watch, I think.
It was a must subscribe. That's right.
You want to tell everyone how to ring the bell, subscribe, send comments, all that jazz, as you say.
All that jazz. So tweet at us at F&S Podcast, DM us on Instagram at Films and Stuff Podcast. And as Ethan just said, ring that bell, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. All that kind of YouTube jazz helps us out a lot. And it makes sure that we'll get back to you almost immediately.
I love responding to comments. Okay. Pete, thank you very much. Listeners, thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of the Films and Stuff Stream or Skip segment. We'll catch you all next week. Thanks, Pete.
Thanks, Ethan. Thanks, everyone.
Bye now.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Films and Stuff. If you haven't already, please subscribe and review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are downloaded. Films and Stuff. There is no substitute.